So Joy Reid of MSNBC, she says that the reason Nikki Haley lost Iowa was because of racism. And I know that Nikki, has talked about her ancestry and all that, but I mean, but anyway, so here is Joy Reid's take on that. Here we go.
New Hampshire.
And I think to the point that you made, Steph, I mean, it's the elephant in the room. She's still a brown lady that's got to try to win in a party that is deeply anti-immigrant and which accepts the notion that you can say immigrants are poisoning the blood of our country. She's getting, birthered by Donald Trump. And I don't care how much the donor class likes her, which will ramp up a lot, the better she does in New Hampshire. So it's still a challenge. I don't see how she becomes the nominee of that party with Donald Trump still around. I can't picture it happening. Maybe it could happen. Ron DeSantis' only argument for staying in it is he's the white guy, that he can still make the appeal to white immigrants.
It must be tough if you have to look under every rock for a racist. It's just got to be. It's got to be a long, hard day for you.
But doesn't that make her one? Well, I mean, she's the one that always points out the race on everything.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, everything goes through the race filter with her. That's what I'm saying. It has to be tiring after a while to have to look at the whole world that way.
I'd go as far as, would I add one thing to that? Yes, tiring, but you know what else I'd add? Lazy. Can you not get a new thought? Right. Can you not walk out a different narrative, something a little deeper, a little more complex?
And I hate to bring this up. If you want to be look at true racist by her definition of it, you couldn't tell Nikki Haley was from foreign immigrant parents.
I didn't know.
I didn't know that. To be a true racist, I would think you would have to visibly be able to notice somebody's different.
Well, racists are not real good about going and getting your family
birth certificate and all that. I mean, who cares?
Let's throw this out. Let's help some of the young people out there that are trying to find their political way. I want you to understand how the left works. They just did it, and I'll give you another example of it. She said that the party that they don't want you to vote for because you don't want to be mean and evil, they are anti-immigrant. Mm-hmm. No, that's not true at all. As a matter of fact, if you go back and look at some of the Republican administrations, they were full of families that had legally immigrated to the country and always have been, at least in modern time. So they're not anti-immigration. They are anti-illegal immigration because they think an unvetted border is actually illogical and dangerous to all citizens and to the country. Okay, and to those that are being used by the drug cartel and all this and all the horrible things that happen to them.
And if you're just piling in anyway, you don't even have a border.
But if you're a leftist, though, you just say the other party is anti-immigrant.
Yeah.
Okay, now what's the other one? If someone on the left is trying to go against a candidate that is pro-life, you know what they will say? That candidate and that party wants to deny health care to women.
Yeah.
Right. They want to deny health care to women.
Yep.
And then the other is if they don't believe in man-made climate change, they are anti-science.
Yeah.
So look for these broad statements that they will not give you details on it, but they know that gets your attention. Well, I can't vote for a party that's anti-science, anti-health care for women, and anti-immigrant. But see, that's not what the truth is. So you're going to have to work a little harder. And then, of course,
they've got all their phobic names they put on everybody.
Sure.
And really, this is what it boils down to for me. I'm a hellophobic. Right. I don't want to bust the gates of hell wide open. And so I'm going to try to follow a guideline to prevent that.
Right.
And some of those things you're trampling over when you follow these policies of the extreme left.
Now, if you try to be negative about some of the radical Islamic terrorists, the left will stop you immediately and talk about how you are being racist, you are being, you're xenophobic.
Yeah.
But then if a Christian says, well, I believe in my religious beliefs that one man and one woman should be in marriage and there are two genders, that person is not committed to their faith. They're now, to Bubba's point, they're homophobic.
Yeah.
And they're gender phobic. So you see how it works. You got to watch out because it's all based on emotion. So it's kind of hard to follow. But all this is propaganda. These are not platforms. This is not ideology. This is not we believe one thing, they believe another. It's propaganda. And really, it would be great if they would say, here's who we are, this is what we believe, and then you want to vote for them, that's fine. And here's what the other party believes, and here's what they do. And if you think, well, that's not me, sure, you vote for either one, but you're not getting a clear picture on what the two parties represent because of propaganda. That's why you have to kind of study it yourself. And if you want to have a blast, watch the next one, Rachel Maddow. Here comes a meltdown. I don't know if we get a cry here or not, but after Donald Trump wins all 99 counties in Iowa, here we go.
And the big picture takeaway from that, and I don't mean to be, again, too dark, as you said, on this, but it is not, if we are worried about the rise of authoritarianism in this country, we are worried about potential rise of fascism in this country, if we're worried about our democracy falling to an authoritarian and potentially fascist form of government, the leader who is trying to do that is part of that equation. But people wanting that is a much bigger part of that equation.
Right. We know how you feel.
And the American electorate is made up of two major parties. One of those parties has been flirting with extremism on the ultra-right for a very long time. They've brought them in a way that they haven't been central to Republican electoral politics ever before. And I know because I've been studying this. But once you have radicalized one major party so that those are the preferences of the people who adhere to your party, the leader is interchangeable. And yes, Trumpism is sometimes what we call it. MAGA movement is probably a better way to do it.
All right, now keep in mind, Rachel Maddow, young people keep listening.
Do you think she was dropped as a child?
Could have been, Bubba.
Yeah, probably.
But she wants you to think that the right is radical. They've been radicalized, not the current modern left. Has anybody seen the current modern left?
Again,
they haven't been radicalized.
They're masterful of blaming you for what they're doing.
Yeah. They are the fascists.
Right.
They don't know the definition.
No.
I mean, that's what's sad.
Yeah.
They are
They're
the
brilliant at
socialists. They are the communists.
That's why you got to do your homework.
That's it.
That's why you got to do your homework.
Yep.
It's all just propaganda out there. You got to do your homework.